Over 60, the coffee you trust every morning may be doing the exact opposite of what you think. For years, coffee has been sold as a smart, healthy habit, something that wakes up your brain, protects your heart, and helps you start the day strong. But after 60, your body plays by different rules, and some of the most popular coffees in America may be quietly raising cholesterol, stressing your kidneys, and increasing the risk of stroke without you ever feeling it happen. What makes this so dangerous is that these coffees don't look harmful. They're on grocery shelves, in diner cups, and in kitchens all across the country, marketed as convenient, comforting, even heart-friendly. But for older adults, one daily coffee habit may be far more damaging than most people realize. In today's video, you'll discover the 4 worst coffees to avoid after 60 and 4 better choices that may be easier on your heart, brain, blood sugar, and digestion. So before you pour your next cup tomorrow morning, stay with me, because the one most people think is the healthiest may actually be the worst of all. Now let's dive into the number 4 worst coffee. You'll recognize it immediately. It smells amazing. It's sold everywhere. But for seniors, it could be slowly poisoning your kidneys. 4 flavored instant coffee packets. On the surface, flavored instant coffee looks harmless, even comforting. It's quick, it smells inviting, and comes in sweet flavors like hazelnut or vanilla. Some packages even boast added vitamins or no sugar, but what those bright labels don't reveal is the hidden danger inside. For people over 60, these mixes can quietly strain your metabolism, kidneys, and heart. One major problem is an additive called propylene glycol. It helps artificial flavors dissolve evenly, which sounds innocent enough. The truth is, it's actually a byproduct of petroleum. In younger people, the body might process small amounts without issue, but in older adults, where kidney function is naturally slower, it can accumulate over time, placing a toxic burden on your organs. A 2022 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who drank flavored instant coffee every day were 39% more likely to develop insulin resistance, a dangerous step toward type 2 diabetes. And that's not the only concern. Many of these mixes contain hidden trans fats, often disguised under names like hydrogenated palm oil. Trans fats are infamous for driving up LDL cholesterol and fueling plaque in the arteries. In fact, a 5-year study published in the American Journal of Clinical Lipidology tracked over 400 seniors and discovered that daily use of hydrogenated creamers raised the risk of heart attack by 28%. Then there's the issue of artificial sweeteners like sucralose and acesulfame potassium. These chemicals can disrupt the delicate balance of gut bacteria that protects against inflammation and supports your immune system. When that balance breaks down, inflammation rises, digestion worsens, and your defenses against disease weaken. If you enjoy a hint of flavor, add it naturally. A drop of pure vanilla extract, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a touch of unsweetened cocoa can give you that same sense of indulgence without harming your kidneys, your heart, or your blood sugar. That way your coffee stays a treat without turning into a slow, silent threat. Still, additives aren't the only problem. The next coffee looks creamy and harmless, but what's really in that swirl could be damaging your brain and waistline. 3. Coffee with artificial non-dairy creamers. For many people, past 60, coffee feels incomplete without that creamy swirl. And if you're lactose-intolerant, non-dairy creamers often look like the obvious fix. But the reality is that a tiny splash may be more harmful than the coffee itself. Most commercial creamers aren't milk at all. They're blends of synthetic oils, preservatives, and fillers that the body struggles to handle, especially as we age and become more sensitive to chemical additives. One of the most concerning ingredients is titanium dioxide. It's added to make creamers look smooth and white, the same substance used in paint. According to a 2021 study in the Journal of Toxicological Sciences, titanium dioxide triggered oxidative stress in human cells, accelerating tissue damage and speeding up aging. In lab conditions, researchers even observed DNA damage after just 4 weeks of exposure. Another issue is the presence of hydrogenated oils, which are packed with omega-6 fatty acids. While your body does need small amounts of omega-6, too much throws off the balance between inflammation and healing. In fact, seniors with higher omega-6 levels scored 31% lower on memory tests, as reported in the journal Aging Cell. Over time, this imbalance shows up as swollen joint stiffness and quicker cognitive decline, and it doesn't stop there. Many creamers also hide corn syrup solids and maltodextrin, forms of processed sugar that send blood sugar soaring within minutes. The result: energy crashes, brain fog, and over the years, steady weight gain around the belly. If you want that creamy taste, choose organic full-fat milk. Yes, even after 60. Healthy fats actually help your body absorb vitamins. Or pick unsweetened almond milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Better yet, train your palate to enjoy coffee black, maybe with just a pinch of pink Himalayan salt to smooth the bitterness. By cutting out artificial creamers, you're protecting your brain, your heart, and your waistline while keeping your morning ritual truly nourishing. But what if you've switched to decaf thinking you're safe? The truth is, one hidden chemical in your decaf might be far more dangerous than you realize. 2. Decaf made with chemical solvents. Many seniors switch to decaf thinking it's the safer choice. No jitters, no racing heartbeat, easier on blood pressure. But the reality is far more complicated. Most supermarket decaf isn't made with water or natural methods at all. Instead, it's treated with a harsh solvent called methylene chloride, the same chemical used in paint removers and metal cleaners. Coffee companies often claim this chemical burns away during roasting, but independent testing proves otherwise. A Stanford University study detected up to 10 parts per million of methylene chloride in several popular decaf brands. That may sit just below the FDA's legal limit, but experts warn legal does not always mean safe, especially if you're drinking it daily after 60. Here's why this matters. The EPA classifies methylene chloride as a probable human carcinogen. Even in small amounts, it can pass through the blood-brain barrier and interfere with mitochondria, the power plants of brain cells. Once they lose energy, you may notice memory lapses, dizziness, or confusion that feels like early dementia. It doesn't stop there. Your liver and kidneys, which naturally slow down with age, are the main organs trying to detoxify what's left. A 2022 animal study showed that even low-dose exposure caused liver inflammation in just 14 days. For seniors with existing liver or kidney concerns, each cup adds invisible strain that builds up over time. And since decaf drinkers often have more than one cup, that exposure multiplies. Choose brands labeled Swiss water process or methylene chloride free. This natural method uses only water, time, and temperature to remove caffeine. No toxic solvents. And if you want extra protection, go for organic Swiss water decaf, which also avoids pesticides. Yes, it may cost a little more, but what you gain in brain clarity, liver protection, and long-term health is priceless. And yet, the biggest danger of all is still ahead. It's the kind of coffee most people think is pure and natural, but for seniors, it can be the deadliest brew of them all. 1. Unfiltered boiled coffee. Most people think the worst coffee is the one packed with sugar or artificial creamers. But the real danger is the kind that looks the most natural, unfiltered boiled coffee. This includes French press, Turkish coffee, Scandinavian stovetop coffee, or any brew made without a paper filter. It seems wholesome, yet it hides a serious risk. The problem is a compound called cafestol found in coffee oils. Unlike dietary cholesterol, cafestol directly stimulates the liver to produce more LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries. A 2020 study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that people who drank unfiltered coffee had a 30% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. For seniors, LDL levels rose by up to 45 milligrams per deciliter in just 4 weeks of daily unfiltered coffee. This is especially dangerous after 60. Arteries naturally stiffen with age and cholesterol buildup speeds up. Adding cafestol is like pouring fuel on the fire. It accelerates plaque growth, raises blood pressure, and increases heart attack and stroke risk. The harm doesn't end with the heart. Unfiltered coffee keeps more oils and acids that irritate the stomach, worsening reflux gastritis or ulcers. Chronic irritation can also weaken nutrient absorption and immunity. And many traditional metal pots, especially older aluminum ones, can leach metals into your brew. For seniors with reduced kidney function, these metals are harder to clear, adding toxic stress over time. The fix is simple. Use a paper filter. A drip machine or pour-over system traps most cafestol, but still lets antioxidants and flavor through. If you can't give up your French press, add a paper disc or alternate with filtered brews a few times a week. Even small shifts can lower LDLE's digestion and protect your heart. Bottom line for seniors switching to filtered coffee isn't just a small habit change. It's a way to guard your arteries, calm your stomach, and reduce disease risk. And here's the truth. Coffee itself isn't the problem. Brewed the right way, it can actually protect memory support, muscle regulate blood sugar, and fight inflammation. So now that you know the 4 worst coffees to avoid, let's turn to the good news. The 4 best coffees every senior should drink daily, all backed by science. 4. Organic medium roast Arabica. Why Arabica compared to Robusta beans? Arabica naturally contains more chlorogenic acid, a powerful antioxidant with 2 major benefits. First, it reduces inflammation, calming the silent fire that damages blood vessels and stiffens joints. Second, it improves how your body handles sugar, preventing sudden spikes that drain your energy and raise long-term health risks. In fact, a 2021 study published in Nutrients reported that seniors who drank 2 cups of Arabica daily had a 27% lower risk of type 2 diabetes and a 19% drop in inflammation markers compared to those who skipped coffee. But here's something many people overlook. The water. Brewing with unfiltered tap water may add lead, copper, or chlorine straight into your cup. Over time, these contaminants can strain the kidneys and even speed up cognitive decline. Using clean filtered water ensures you get all the benefits of coffee without the hidden toxins. For the healthiest brew, use a pour-over or drip coffee maker with a paper filter. The filter traps cafestol, the compound in coffee oils that raises cholesterol while allowing antioxidants to pass through. How should you drink it? Black is best for the full antioxidant effect. If you prefer a creamier taste, add a splash of grass-fed whole milk or unsweetened oat milk enriched with B vitamins. Skip the sugar. For sweetness, try a sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon, which also helps regulate blood sugar. But if you think this is the smoothest option, wait until you discover a style of coffee that's gentler on your stomach and can even protect your eyesight. 3. Cold brew concentrate. It's easier on digestion, protective for the heart, and even supports healthy vision as you age. The secret is in the brewing method. Instead of pouring boiling water over the grounds, cold brew is made by steeping coarse beans in cold water for 12 to 24 hours. This slow process cuts the acidity by as much as 70%, making it far less irritating for sensitive stomachs and reducing the risk of reflux gastritis or indigestion. Another bonus: cold brewing preserves more of coffee's natural antioxidants, particularly chlorogenic acids and melanoidins. These compounds strengthen blood vessels, protect the heart, and even guard against age-related eye problems. A 5-year study found that daily intake of melanoidins could lower the risk of macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults, by 31%. Doctors at Mount Sinai tested cold brew on 400 seniors with acid reflux. Amazingly, 89% could drink it without symptoms, even those who had avoided coffee for years. Beyond being gentler, cold brew also delivers more because no hot water hits the grounds. It avoids forming bitter quinic acids, leaving you with a smooth flavor while keeping 40% more metabolism-boosting compounds. Even better, cold brew contains up to 250% more magnesium than hot coffee, crucial for heart rhythm, bone strength and muscle function after 60. Dilute 1 part, concentrate with 3 parts water for a gentle morning lift, or mix it 1-to-1 for a stronger afternoon boost. Plus, it's practical. Once made, it stays fresh in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. Many seniors batch brew and freeze it in ice cube trays, dropping a few into milk or water for instant coffee. Want to try it yourself? Use coarsely ground medium roast Arabica beans. Combine 1 cup of grounds with 4 cups of filtered cold water. Let it steep in the fridge for 24 hours, then strain through a mesh or paper filter. Drink it black for maximum antioxidants, or add unsweetened almond or oat milk for extra calcium and even less acidity. Still, cold brew isn't the only upgrade. There's a way to turn your morning coffee into a joint-strengthening, bone-protecting daily ritual. 2. Coffee with collagen peptides. Picture this: instead of just giving you a morning boost, your coffee also strengthens joints, supports bones, and keeps your skin firm. That's exactly what happens when you stir collagen peptides into your daily cup. Collagen is the most common protein in the body. It holds together your joints, muscles, bones, and skin, but production slows as we age. After 50, collagen levels drop by about 1 to 1.5% every year. By the time you reach your 60s, the loss is significant enough to notice. Joints become stiff and noisy. Walking or climbing stairs feels harder. Skin begins to sag. Cuts heal slower, and muscles don't feel as strong. Many people think this is just aging, but much of it is really collagen depletion. This is where coffee becomes the perfect partner. Adding hydrolyzed collagen peptides delivers collagen in its most absorbable form. The warmth of coffee doesn't break it down. Instead, the heat helps boost circulation, carrying those amino acids right to tissues that need repair. Among them is glycine, which calms inflammation in joints and muscles, and proline, which is critical for rebuilding cartilage and connective tissue. In 2020, the Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed seniors aged 60 to 75 who took 10 grams of collagen peptides daily for 6 months. Results showed a 40% improvement in joint mobility, a 25% drop in muscle pain, and even a measurable increase in hip bone density, one of the most important areas for fracture prevention. Brew your regular coffee, ideally a clean medium roast Arabica with filtered water. Stir in 1 scoop about 10 grams of collagen peptides. They dissolve instantly with no taste, so your coffee flavor stays the same. Drink it in the morning or before light exercise, when the combination of caffeine and collagen can improve muscle recovery and tone. Choosing the right powder matters. Look for grass-fed bovine or wild-caught marine collagen. Always pick hydrolyzed collagen or peptides for best absorption. And make sure the brand is third-party tested for heavy metals. And if collagen sounds powerful, just wait. The #1 upgrade doesn't just protect your joints, it supercharges your brain, stabilizes blood sugar, and fuels your muscles in 1 cup. 1. Coffee with MCT oil and Ceylon cinnamon. If there's one coffee upgrade that can take your mornings from ordinary to extraordinary, it's this: adding MCT oil and Ceylon cinnamon to your daily brew. Together they form a powerful blend that fuels your brain, protects your heart, and helps preserve muscle strength well into your 70s and beyond. Let's start with MCT oil. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides, a special type of fat derived from coconut oil. Unlike regular fats, MCTs bypass normal digestion and go straight to the liver where they're turned into ketones, a clean alternative energy source for both your brain and muscles. This matters because as we age, the brain's ability to process glucose, its usual fuel, slows down. That slowdown is linked to brain fog, memory issues, and even early cognitive decline. Ketones, however, bypass that problem, supplying steady energy directly to brain cells. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that older adults who added MCT oil improved memory and cognitive flexibility by 31% in just 8 weeks. But the benefits don't stop at the brain. MCT oil also helps stabilize blood sugar, reduces energy crashes, and encourages the body to burn fat instead of breaking down muscle, a key factor in preventing sarcopenia, the age-related loss of strength. Now let's talk about Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon. Most store-bought cinnamon is cassia, which contains higher levels of coumarin, a compound that can stress the liver if consumed daily. Ceylon cinnamon is gentler, sweeter, and safe for everyday use. It's rich in cinnamaldehyde, a compound that improves insulin sensitivity, relaxes blood vessels to support circulation, and reduces inflammation linked to heart disease and joint pain. A 2022 meta-analysis in diabetes research and clinical practice found that daily Ceylon cinnamon lowered fasting blood sugar by 18 milligrams per deciliter and reduced triglycerides by up to 30% in older adults. Brew a medium roast coffee with filtered water. Add 1 teaspoon of MCT oil and 1/2 teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon. Blend for 20 seconds for a creamy latte-like texture, or just stir well if you prefer it simple. Drink it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning to maximize ketone production and mental clarity. Many seniors report sharper focus within 30 minutes, steadier energy until lunch, and less joint stiffness after a few weeks. So now you know the coffees that quietly harm your health and the ones that can keep you strong, sharp, and energized after 60. Let me know in the comments which coffee you will try tomorrow. If this video helped you look at coffee a little differently, take a second to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. At Senior Meal Coach, we're here to help you stay strong, sharp, and healthy after 61 simple habits at a time.